Okay, this is Nikola Tesla's patent, the apparatus for utilization of radiating energy. In this, he patented in November 5th, 1901, and in this patent, he suggests that rays that are coming from outer space and from the sun are hitting the Earth in an unlimited amount, and that if you put a plate in the air, you can take this charge and make it into usable energy for people to use. In this picture right here, there's a plate being charged by the lines that it shows, which are the radiant energy, and from the radiant energy it goes to a capacitor, and the capacitor is charging, and when the capacitor gets to a high enough charge, it's able to discharge through a discharge circuit, which is usually like a spark gap, or now that's the future, you can use solid state computer chips, and when it discharges you can have it run a device or charge a battery, and as it's doing that, it's just trying to discharge the ground and neutralize the capacitor and go to ground, and thus you're charging something because it's holding energy here. So in this point you could put a light bulb, or you could put a battery, or anything to that nature. Okay, moving from figure 1, which just shows the basics of his device, we'll go to figure 2. And in figure 2, it's like the same system, but he goes more in depth with the discharge circuit and the device that it's running. And so what happens here is, the basic thing is the rays are hitting the plate, and as it hits the plate, it's charging, and it's coming down towards the capacitor and charging it, because the capacitor holds a potential on one side, it will charge that side. And as it's charging, the capacitor will get to a point where it's like fully charged, and that's what this part is for. And this is the discharge circuit. In this circuit, it's Tesla describes two little filaments inside of a vacuum. If you look close, you'll see that there's like two filaments right there, and they're inside like a vacuum tube or something, and that that makes it easier for the energy to charge and jump the circuit inside, because there's no air resistance there. So what happens is, when it's charged enough, the charge will go and flow through to the two I guess you call them electrodes, and they'll either they'll get close and then they'll bend together, and then they'll discharge the capacitor through the circuit. So you're bringing energy through the circuit now. And so in this, he shows that when they come together in the discharge circuit, which is the vacuum tube, it'll take that energy and run it through it looks like a relay device. What is just like a coil of wire around like a piece of iron, which will pull down a lever on a ratchet arm. So what he's just showing is that you can take this energy and make a movement, and as it's trying to discharge it, it comes down here and tries to neutralize everything. So it'll pull on this like a relay, and it'll pull this and pull the arm on the wheel, and so it's showing that you're making a rotational movement every time. Now in the patent, he really stresses the thing that you have to have insulator over this plate, over the metal plate. So in this, you want to have, he says, a mica, and in my experiment I'm using like a plastic laminate that goes over it, and that way it's holding a charge, because usually when things hit the metal, it wants to come off as the air goes by, pulls the energy from becoming anything. And so in this device, it's just showing one setup that it can be used to turn a wheel. So you're using energy from outer space, from the sun, from the stars, from black holes, crushing the matter. That that's taking all that energy, which is just continuously hitting us all the time, and it's it's using it to turn something, and that's an important concept to understand. In the next two diagrams that he has, in figure 3 and figure 4, it shows that he's using artificial energies to excite the plate. So I think yeah, like these two, like this one's I think it's just giving off matter, you know, pieces of something. Like it's like either X-rays or like high energy. And so in this one, he's showing the high energy that he's making artificially, you know, to charge the plate and to show that it'll discharge a relay. And this is just showing it pulse, you know, like a little light from a battery. So it's not, this isn't charging anything. This is just pulling the circuit closed to, you know, make the light blink. And then in this one, it's like showing the same thing. It's showing an X-ray tube, as you said, because X-rays and cosmic rays and, you know, high energy matter particles coming at us, like radiation, is going to keep on hitting this plate. And so this is an X-ray. He's just showing the high energy side of it, and then that's hitting the metal plate, and it's turning, you know, turning stuff. And this is like a transformer. This one, primary and secondary, and it's showing that it's like you can make like an AC type thing too with the circuit. So like up here is more DC, you know, it's making a charge go down, and then as you get down here, it's showing more of like a DC approach. You know, one of the things that he was really good at doing was AC technology. And so this is the patent, and you can just find it on Google patent search. You know, this well all the other patents he made. And in the next videos that I'm gonna show, it'll show, you know, what I've done to try to make this system. So that's probably it for this video. Alright, and you know, maybe look it up and think of it yourself and try to do it yourself, you know. Alright, bye. I was just looking through the video, and I saw that I said DC instead of AC, so Tesla did AC experiments.